It's me, Vicky Marie, and good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. Now, I'm sorry I've started this live early, but I'm really not well. Oh, I'm not well, my throat's bad, but you know what? The worst thing is, I feel like my ears and my sinuses are totally full of cotton wool or something. I can't hear anything. Anyway, never mind. I don't want to be whinging about me. So I've decided to start a bit earlier, and I will, after I finish doing this live, I will be having a little nap and just trying to sort of recover. But it's very frustrating for me, the sort of person I am. I hate being ill. I'm the worst patient in the world. I can't just go to bed or go to sleep. I get bored. And so I've been looking and seeing what's going on. So anyway, what I'm going to be talking about in this live, which won't be a very long live, I have to admit, are these two women, two sisters, triplets. In fact, they have a brother as well. And we're going to be looking at that. And they've disappeared in Scotland. They're not from Scotland. But they've been living in Scotland for the past 2 years, in Scotland, in the UK. And well, it looked like when we're going to look at oh, here it is, actually. This is the last CCTV photo taken of them. They're walking along. They look sort of quite purposeful. They're dressed for the weather. They look like they're talking to each other. But after that, what happened to them? Seems like they went to the river. Let's just have a look at the area, actually, first of all, where this has happened. I need to put that down to show it. So this has happened in Aberdeen in Scotland, and it's Elisa and Henrietta Husty. Now, they're part of a set of triplets. Let me show you the photo of their brother as well. Sorry, I'm just looking at my dog. My dog is, one of my dogs anyway, has gone underneath the chair cover, flicked off. Who is it? I don't even know who it is because I can't see them. Who is it? Who is it? Is it you, Riley? It's Riley, yeah. Riley's gone underneath the cover on the chair, chucked off the cushion. Anyway, let's have a look. Sorry, excuse me. So their brother says that they seemed fine before going missing. So this is the three of them together. So this is the two sisters and their brother, a set of triplets. They're 32 years old. They've gone missing in Aberdeen. Let's get Aberdeen up actually on the map, just in case there'll be people watching who don't know the UK. And even if they do know the UK, maybe they don't know Scotland. And even if they do know Scotland, maybe they don't know where Aberdeen is. Let's have a look at that first. What? Wait. So this is Aberdeen in Scotland. And you can see it's actually on the coast, or part of it is. And that's where these women lived. They're originally from Poland, but they've lived in Aberdeen, I think, for the last 2 years. And why have they just suddenly... there's a couple of scenarios here, obviously. They're together. They may have gone off together to decide to unalive themselves. They may have gone off together and fell into foul play, into bad... Something bad might have happened to them. Or, of course, they may be fine. you know, and they may come out, it may turn out that they're okay and they've just decided, I don't know, to lose themselves for a while. I mean, I think what's comforting is that they are together, they're not alone. But would they have just disappeared without telling anyone where they were going? Would they have decided to unalive themselves at 32 years old? Well, something that we've found recently, haven't we, with some of the cases that we've covered, you just don't know what's going through people's minds. I don't know what was going through these two women's minds. I can only hope and pray that they are okay, and maybe just something's happened, you know, that they're not for whatever reason. So let's just go back to this. I'm going to say hello to those of you who are in chat. So I want to say hello to those of you in chat. Of course, as always, hello to those of you that are at home, maybe lurking, just maybe a bit nervous of coming into chat, and those of you who are watching on replay. The replay crew. Let me just go. Hi, Princess. Hi, Darren. Princess, everybody's ill at the moment, it feels like. Hi, David. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Angel. You haven't heard anything about this story so far. Well, the reason that I'm covering it is because a couple of people have messaged me and emailed me. You know, several people have contacted me about this case. You know, I had seen it, but you know, I'm not very well. There's lots of other things I'd like to talk about as well, not only these two twins, but I've just been so poorly. It's just so difficult to talk. But yeah, it's a real mystery, isn't it? Two sisters, two twin sisters or triplet sisters, disappeared in Aberdeen near a river. So apparently, for anybody who knows Aberdeen, they were last seen in Market Street at Victoria Bridge at about 2:12 in the morning on Tuesday. What were they doing out there at 2:00 in the morning? I mean, come on. Of course, they're free to go there at 2:00 in the morning, but it's freezing. It's January. It's January 2025. If you're watching this later on, who will be out and about at 2:00 in the morning? In Scotland, it'll be absolutely freezing. So this would have been last Tuesday. So police have launched a major land, air and water search for the two women who are originally from Hungary, not Poland, and they now live in Aberdeen city centre. It is said to be out of character for them to have been out at such a time. Does seem to be a funny time, doesn't it? You know, it wasn't New Year's Eve, it wasn't a special time. It's freezing cold, it's 2:00 in the morning. Anyway, their triplet brother, Joseph, told BBC News their mother spoke to the girls on Saturday. So that wouldn't have been, if you're watching this live, because today's Sunday, the 12th of January, they're not talking about yesterday, they're talking about last Saturday. They had a 40-minute conversation. Nothing appeared out of the ordinary. Let's have a look at the video. They're searching the River Dee in Aberdeen.
Everyone needs a holiday.
Oh, sorry.
And everyone needs a group of friends to go with. Cheers, ladies. I love the way the city mixes tradition with modern. The building's so beautiful.
Oh, come on, adverts.
This museum has over 1,000 years of Islamic artifacts from all over the world. Come with us to uncover Qatar and the cultural
I wouldn't go
flavors
to
of this
Qatar if
Middle
you
Eastern
paid me
gem.
to go there. No, thank you. Not as a woman. I couldn't care less about Qatar. So, I mean, that even looks cold, that water, isn't it, though? You know, there is no way of seeing that it's cold, but it actually does look cold. Let's go back to the beginning. Now, in that photo, I've got to say, like, there's some sadness in their eyes. I don't know why they look sad. But, you know, you always think with twins who have each other like that, maybe they just made a decision to do something. You know, we don't know. So sorry, I shouldn't be speculating, to be honest. We don't know what the reasons are that they've disappeared. But the fact that the police are searching in the water seems to be that they feel that they're in the water. So see how bright it looks. That's how it was today in Spain. It's actually been not that cold really, but it's been very bright but very windy. Windy conditions. I don't know what it's like there, but look how bright it looks. Like if you saw that photo and you did not know that it was January, you could look at that and think, oh, that could. And of course, everyone's in big, thick jackets. Everyone walking along the bridge has got great big jackets on. You could think that that might be really quite a nice day there in Aberdeen, but sometimes when the sun is shining, it's cold. It's colder than when it's cloudy. Is that ice? That's actual ice, isn't it, in the water? Oh my God. And the thing is, I mean, I presume that they're using side scan sonar, you know, our favourite words, but gosh. So it's just funny how people's minds work, isn't it? Because if it does turn out that these two ladies together have unalived themselves, you know, you think to just get into that water, it'd be freezing cold, it'd be so uncomfortable. To me, if you were actually even thinking about doing that, why would you go and be uncomfortable about it? There are different ways that you can do it, of course. But look at that, it's frozen. There's ice there on the water. Now, we don't know that they have done that anyway, or we don't know that somebody else has done something to them. We just don't know all the full details. But the fact that the police are searching the river seems to indicate to me that they believe that they've gone in the river for whatever reason. So their sister, oh no, their sister is the other, sorry, I thought their brother was the other triplet, but their sister Edith Husti said she spoke to them on a video call on New Year's Eve and they appeared happy and cheerful. She said the sisters were very close and did most things together. So there's the triplet sisters and the brother. I just presumed that the brother was the third triplet. But no, the third triplet is Edith. They were described as sociable, but as far as the family knows, they were not very much into going out. They preferred to stay at home, watch movies, with Elisa especially enjoying cooking. And she added that she believed it was quite out of character for them to be out on the streets in the early hours of the morning. Well, they were out there for a reason, weren't they? Anyway, Edith said she hoped her sisters will return to the family safe. So we've got a little map here We've got Aberdeen. I mean, I don't know this area. There'll be some of you out there that will know this area. So this is where they went missing. This was the last time they were seen on Market Street near Victoria Bridge. It is, sorry, excuse my coughing. It is understood that there is nothing at this stage to suggest it is a suspicious incident. Both Elitha and Henrietta are described as being white, of slim build, with long brown hair. So that. Oh, 7 years ago they moved to Scotland. I'm sure I read in another article that it was 2 years ago. But anyway, according to this BBC article, they moved to Scotland about 7 years ago. They're said to be part of a close-knit family who do not understand what have happened to them. And it's understood that Henrietta, one of the girls, works in a branch of Costa Coffee in Aberdeen. Oh, they're so like each other, aren't they? I mean, looking at this photo, they are very much alike. Police said the side of Victoria Bridge in the Torry area where they were last seen contained many commercial and industrial units, and searches were ongoing there. The search has been in the River Dee water itself, on land around the area, and also from the air. The Police Scotland helicopter has been assisting, and police divers and search dogs have also been called in. Now, so they're definitely trying their best to find these women. There they are in the last CCTV. This one here, I mean, I don't know which is which in this photo, but it looks like she's speaking to the other one. They're striding out very purposefully. I mean, I know this is only a photo, but this is just the vibes it's giving me off. They look very purposeful. They're not, just wandering around like aimlessly. What are they talking about? And where are they going? So officers are urging businesses around the South Esplanade and Menzies Road area to review CCTV footage recorded in the early hours of Tuesday. Chief Inspector Darren Bruce said, "We're continuing to speak to people who know Elisa and Henrietta. We urge anyone who has seen them or has any information regarding their whereabouts to please contact 101." Quoting incident number 0735 of Tuesday, the 7th of January 2025. And Police Scotland said it had the support of Police Hungary, who are liaising with the wider family. Let's have a look at this. So the search for missing sisters focuses on the icy water. So that's what, oh, look at that. Oh my God. Crikey. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Heather. Hi, anyone who I missed coming in. There's a few of you. Hi, Gillian. Look at that. Look at the ice there. Goodness me. No, just, I don't know. Maybe these ladies have decided to, for whatever reason, unalive themselves, and everyone has the right to do that. It's what we have to understand, isn't it? People's lives are their own to do with sort of what they think, whether it's, whether we agree with it or we don't agree with it or whatever. It's their choice if they have decided to unalive themselves. And I know that sometimes people do choose to do that in places like that. But to me, just looking at that, it's just so cold, so uncomfortable. But you know what? We don't know what went on beforehand, if they discussed it, if they decided to do it, if it's a decision they took together, or maybe it isn't that at all. But what were they doing out at 2 o'clock in the morning? We talk about people who aren't normally out at 2 o'clock in the morning. They're not, although they're not old, obviously at 32, but they're not sort of teenagers who might be out at 2 o'clock in the morning, raving or doing whatever they're doing. I just sort of look at that and I think, oh God, even if I did want to do that to myself, why would I want to be so uncomfortable? Or maybe they think, oh, it'd only be quick. I don't know. But anyway, they've not been found. Let's see if I can find. So that's the BBC we've been looking at. Let's have a look at the other articles. It's so very sad, isn't it, when anything like this happens? Whether it's foul play or whatever it is. I mean, it could be an accident. I just don't think it's an accident, because just why were they even there at 2 o'clock in the morning? Let's have a look at this article. So this is Yahoo News. Gosh, there's this woman, this twin here. I'm sort of a bit fascinated with this photo, because I just feel they are being really purposeful. And the one there on the right-hand side with a handbag slung over her shoulder, she does seem to be talking to the other one, like almost quite dogmatically. That's just the vibe that I'm getting off that photo. So yeah, no urgent search is underway for twin sisters who went missing in Scotland 3 days ago. Well, it's more than 3 days ago now. They were last seen walking next to the River Dee in Aberdeen on the 7th of January. So it's 5 days ago now. They were spotted on CCTV at around 2:12 a.m. So it still seems to me a strange time to be wandering around, in the heart of winter. I mean, it's freezing cold. It's like if they were walking around in July at 2:12, it'd probably still be unusual for them, but at least maybe it'd be warmer. But why on earth would you be wandering around at 2:12 a.m.? So police said extensive enquiries are underway to trace the sisters, including searches in and around the area where they were last seen, using police dogs and the Forces Marine Unit. I do think that's unusual in itself as well. It makes you wonder about the police. Have they got their phones, or have they got some details of their last messages with family? Maybe they did send a message to say that they were going to do something to themselves. Anyway, what we know, Lisa and Henrietta, both 32, were last seen on CCTV in Market Street at Victoria Bridge in Aberdeen around 2:12. They crossed the bridge and turned right onto a footpath next to the River Dee, appearing to be heading in the direction of Aberdeen Boat Club. They're both described as white, slim-build with long brown hair, and Chief Inspector Bruce said Extensive enquiries are ongoing to trace them, and searches are being carried out in and around the area where they were last seen. So here you go, there's another couple of photos of them. They don't look so alike on those photos as they do on on this photo here. They look much more alike. On these two photos, well, they don't look that much alike, do they? Don't look so much like twins there. So the Torry side of Victoria Bridge, where they were last seen, has many commercial and industrial units. Searches are ongoing, and we would urge businesses in and around the South Esplanade and Menzies Road area to please review their CCTV footage for early morning on Tuesday the 7th of January and contact us if it holds anything that may be relevant to our investigation. We also ask anyone with dashcam footage from that time to contact us. So they're at that point where they're asking for information. We know what it's like. Well, it's just a matter of time before they'll be saying, oh, don't talk about it anymore. You know, if they find the girls, then it'll be like, oh yeah, we've asked for the public's help, but now we don't want it anymore, so don't say anything. But yeah, this photo, I don't know, I feel like she's saying something to that one. Sorry, I'm just getting lost in the feeling around it. And they wherever they're going or whatever they're doing, they look very determined. You know, they're not hesitating, they're not dawdling. They're striding out, and wherever they're going, for whatever reason they're going, there's a determination there, isn't there? Definitely a determination there. Very sad. I think they'd been out, Angel. I think they'd been out on a night out. I think so, but I don't know if that's actually been confirmed. Let me see. Let's find another one. Sorry about my voice. Don't know why. I feel like I read somewhere that they had been out. I don't know. So apparently the search has widened to the coast. So that would mean that they do feel that the sisters have gone into the river and they might have been swept out. Let's have a look. So this is the Daily Record, which is a Scottish newspaper, isn't it? Oh, God, it's all adverts. Let's see if they've got anything more to say. Oh, see, it says here, not that they'd left like a bar or anything, that they had left their home. Eliza and Henrietta were last seen on CCTV in the city's Market Street after leaving their home. So not leaving a bar. No, so it's not as if they'd been out drinking and then got, you know, they were on their way home or whatever. So it says here after leaving their home. And apparently the focus of the search remains at the icy river near Victoria Bridge on Sunday. Yeah. Again, they're just showing a little bit of a clearer picture. These women are not dawdling anywhere. They're striding out and they're on their way somewhere determinedly. So Police Scotland said it has the support of police in their home country, who are liaising with the wider family. The sister's brother Joseph has told the police Their mother spoke to the pair on Saturday and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Why are they so concerned about them? You know, maybe there's a reason. So yeah, the police again requesting information. We're urging the public to come forward with any information. The focus of our search remains the River Dee, and I would again ask, if you were in the area at the time, please think back. Did you notice anyone matching their disappearance? Well, I've got to say, how many people would have been out in that area at 2 o'clock in the morning when it's freezing cold? You know, probably not many people. Tuesday, January the 7th. So it wasn't even a weekend, it was Tuesday. So it wasn't, you know, there's not going to have been loads of people out and about at that time, is there? Anyway, that's it. That's all we know so far, which is not much. You know, they left their home. 2 sisters, 32 years of age, all we know, and when I say we, I mean us as opposed to law enforcement. Maybe the police do know more, they normally know more, the family may well know more. Hi, Matthew. But all we know is they left their home 2 o'clock in the morning. Look, it's striding out purposefully. Like we saw there. Again, let me put this photo up. They don't look like they're walking aimlessly. They look like they know where they're going. You know, they don't look like they've been taking drugs or drinking. Doesn't mean, I'm not saying they haven't. I'm just saying they don't look it. They're dressed nicely. You know, they've got nice jacket on, nice coat on, their scarves and things. You know, they're not sort of wandering around aimlessly in tracksuit bottoms, you know. They look like they know where they're going. They're dressed up quite nicely. They've got their hair the same, the two of them. They look sort of engrossed in conversation. Looks like they're, you know, talking about things. Yeah, I'm just trying to sort of get some feelings about this, but you know, there are of course lots of reasons. I mean, they look determined wherever they're going. Maybe they were determined to go off and unalive themselves. Maybe they were off to meet somebody. They wouldn't have just, one thing I think we can assume is they weren't just going for a walk, like a constitutional type walk just for a bit of exercise at 2 o'clock in the morning. If you go out at 2 o'clock in the morning in January when it's frozen, you need to have a reason, don't you, really? You're not going out just for a little walk around. And they don't look like they're going for a little walk around as well. They look like they are, I don't know, they're almost marching. That's what it looks like in that photo, to get wherever they're going or to do whatever they're going to do, whatever it is. Anyway, we're sort of hoping that they won't be found in a way. We don't want them to be found in the river, because obviously that's not a nice case scenario for the family. But where else can they be? Yeah, it's definitely a purposeful walk, isn't it, Princess? Wherever they're going or whatever they're doing, it's purposeful. They're meaning to go there. It's not just a little aimless wander around the neighbourhood. They're striding out. Maybe they're striding out because it's cold. Maybe it is a walk around the neighbourhood, but if it's not something that they commonly did. I mean, at the end of the day, people tend to act in general. People are predictable. aren't they? Until they're not. You know, people do predictable things. They have their routines, and then the day that they break off their routine, that's the day that their friends or family know that something's wrong. Because we're all human beings and we all tend to have our routine. You might even think you haven't got a routine. I would have said a couple of months ago, oh, I don't have a routine. But of course you do. Maybe I do get up at different times, maybe. You know, I don't have a routine now as to actually what time that I get up. But when I get up, I have a routine. You know, I get up, I come downstairs, I give the dogs a treat. That's the first thing I do. I have to, because the dogs are there waiting for it. Then I put the dog's food down. Then I put the kettle on for a coffee. Then I wash up from the night before. You know, then I sit down on the computer or whatever. We all have a routine, even if we may do it at different times. It might vary slightly, but we all have a routine. And I'm just wondering, for these two women, what routine would involve going out at 2:00 in the morning? You know? And maybe they had been out. Maybe they had been out drinking. Maybe they'd been out to... So I think that's another funny thing, though, because, you know, not a funny thing that somebody would go out drinking. Of course, people do that all the time. But on a Tuesday, you know, it's not a weekend. I mean, I don't know if they worked. You know, there's more information to come out about these women. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're working, you're not likely to, not at 32, to go out on a Tuesday evening. But they had no children. As far as I know, they don't have children. So if you don't have children, it don't matter if you're 32 or 21. Go out when you feel like it, don't you? It's when you end up settling into domesticity one way or another, and you have children that you're, you know, a Tuesday night is not your own anymore, because you've got to take your kids to school the next morning. So it'd probably be unusual for you to go out on a Tuesday night if you've got kids to get to school. But if they didn't have kids to get to school, then why not? Why shouldn't they go out on a Tuesday night? There's just something about this photo, you know, I'm a bit fascinated with this photo. I keep looking at, and I want to know, what is this lady? I don't know which is which here. I just don't know. But the one here on the right, this one seems to be listening, and this one seems to be talking. I'd love to know what she was saying. I'm sort of fascinated by it. Okay, so I will keep you informed. I'm going to go now because I've got to go and have a little nap, I think. And I hope you're all well on this Sunday. I hope these ladies are, you know, it's, do you know, there's just something about this photo that's intriguing me. But I hope Eliza and Henrietta are okay. They were last seen walking next to the River Dee. Did they slip in there? Did someone push them in there? You know, these are all alternatives. These are all scenarios that might have happened. What were they even doing walking next to the river, though? Was there a reason why they had to walk next to the river? Now, you know what? The police are always thinking, if anyone's seen walking next to the river and then they disappear, the police are always convinced that it's accidental, or somebody's, or they, you know, accidental or unaliving themselves, you know, as far as water's concerned. And they might be right, but of course their bodies have not been found yet. Let's actually, sorry, just before I finish, let's have a look at the River Dee. Because is it a big river? I don't, you know, some rivers are bigger than others, aren't they? wider than others, harder to search than others, and even rivers that are small. God, it looks so beautiful. Scotland's such a beautiful place, isn't it? Really is. So there's the River Dee. It says Wales. What? No, that's the wrong one. Are there two River Dees then? Oh, there are. So the River Dee in Aberdeenshire is different from the River Dee in Wales. Why? How confusing. Why have two River Dees? Oh God, listen, geography's hard enough for me. It don't need to be any harder by thinking that there's one in Wales and one in Edinburgh. Or near Edinburgh, so it's right up here, isn't it? Let's have a look at some photos. Yeah. Sorry. So it's quite wide, isn't it? It's big, it's wide. So I would imagine it's quite difficult to search then. Not a tiny little river, is it? It's not a narrow river. Okay, I'm definitely going now because I can feel my voice is just going. Sorry. Okay, I'll see you really soon in the next video. Did I not share that at all? I did share it, didn't I? But I did share it in the... Oh, no, I know what I did. I shared it, but I hadn't taken the photo of the girls down. Let's share it one more time, just so you see. That's not the right one. It's the one before that. The River Dee here. Let's have a look at some images. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. The rivers are always beautiful. When you look at them like this, it's only when you think about the amount of people that end up in them that you start to think, oh God, it's not so beautiful. You know, 'cause it hides so many secrets, doesn't it? Let's just have a look at this. A journey down the River Dee. Oh, I thought that was going to be a video, but it's not. It's just a photo. But yeah, looks beautiful. Everywhere in Scotland looks beautiful. But what we can see from this is it is a wide river. So it's a difficult river to search. Anyway, I'll keep you informed. Anything that comes up, I will let you know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you really soon in the next video. Prayers for these women. I hope that they are okay, but it doesn't look too good, does it? But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll see you really soon in the next video. Until then, may your God go with you. Thank you.